I know we've talked very briefly before here on CoastLife about blue zones. Do they sound kind of familiar? We've talked about them during cooking segments, food segments. You're going to see why I'm kind of reminding you about this in just a second. But first, I want to introduce you to Kim and Rita on the CoastLife couch with Partners for Wellbeing. Thank you both for being here today.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us. Absolutely.
Yeah, happy to have you. This conversation is going to be really fun, really important. But first, Partners for Wellbeing, can you just kind of tell us about who you are, what you're comprised of?
Absolutely. So we are, there are three of us. Krista Griffin is our third musketeer, I guess you could say. And we have decades of experience in the health and well-being space and came together for, because this is such an important initiative and a great framework that we are looking forward to bringing to Sussex County.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, we're talking blue zones, like I mentioned, that you're going to see what's all coming together. So this Blue Zones initiative that we have, could you tell us what that is and what are blue zones for anyone who doesn't know?
Blue zones are places in the world where people live well into their 90s and 100s. And in 2009, the Blue Zones team created what's called the Blue Zone Project. And it's a framework that looks at people, places, and policy in order to create sustainable change through health improvements and the built environment.
And those 5 original places were all around the world. So, as Kim said, you know, there's Okinawa, Japan, Ikaria, Greece, Sardinia, Italy, Nosara, Costa Rica, and the one in the United States is in Loma Linda, California.
So with both of your involvement, especially, you know, with BB Healthcare for you, why is it so important that you bring this to Sussex County?
Such a great question, because it's always about the why. And I think when you look at the state of Delaware and then Sussex County specifically and our healthcare expenditure, that relates so much to lifestyle conditions, right? Those chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes and high blood pressure. There have been demonstrated outcomes across the Blue Zones communities in the United States where those numbers change, where people actually get healthier. And I also think it's really important to emphasize the how, and we bring this together through alignment and synergy. So looking at towns' comp plans, what do they have envisioned? What do they have strategically planned for their own municipalities? And there's so many opportunities for alignment there in order to create environments, that built environment approach, which Blue Zones does so well in bringing the aspects either through infrastructure, schools, work sites, faith-based organizations, or through, and really not or, but and through policy. And it's policy change that creates that sustainable change.
So the Blue Zones projects, when they started back in the United States in 2009, basically what they were looking to do was to see how do you take these commonalities that they found around the world and bring them into our communities here. So as Kim mentioned, there's a framework. We're looking at people, places, policies, things like that. And so what we're trying to do here in Sussex County is really bring a Blue Zones community to our state, where really we're looking at how do we implement and create a built environment here and a supportive, you know, efforts really through all of the organizations, through people, places, and policies in the state of Delaware to bring that to fruition here locally.
Fantastic. Yeah, so how are you doing that so that we can get Sussex County to be a Blue Zone?
Yeah, so we have the national team coming in. We're in, they're coming into town. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so there are lots of opportunities to engage across the county, because I think it's really important to note that this has a strong equity piece to it, because and we're in Sussex County. We had a lot of municipalities raise their hand, yes, wanting to participate when they saw the potential value of this and the opportunity for just happier, healthier communities. We had 8 or 9 raise their hand, yes, and we're working with 5 for this Ignite assessment phase of the Blue Zone. So those 5 towns are Seaford, Millsboro, Milford, Georgetown, and Lewes.
Nice.
And looking at the diversity of our county, you can really see that those 5 municipalities represent the diversity of all of Sussex. So really looking through this policy, people, and places lens that the framework of the Blue Zones project uses to look for areas where there's alignment and synergy. There's a lot of great work being done in our county and in our state.
Yeah, so let's get to it. I mean, yeah, so of course, we love that BB's involved. Obviously, they care so much about people's health, of course. But what can other people do? How can we get involved and support this mission and hopefully get our area to be a Blue Zone one day?
Absolutely. So to start, we actually have a community kickoff event that's being held on Monday evening with the Blue Zones Team National being here. And then we'll have a lot of our community partners, our steering committee members, folks on site to answer questions, learn. But we really want to invite the community in to come and learn about what the Blue Zones is, what the project is, what's happening here in Sussex County, and how to be a part of that. So that's Monday, October 7th at 5 p.m. It's going to be held out in Georgetown at the Sussex Academy Elementary School. And so everyone's welcome. They can definitely, there's a link to our registration if people are interested in joining us. The more the merrier, because this really is a community-led initiative. So we're looking at how do we prioritize for our community. It's not something the Blue Zones team is coming in and doing for us. It's really something that we are informing and will be done through our local teams here.
This is so impressive. I'm so excited. I think it takes, a small group of people to really lead this initiative, and it's not only going to just help, our community, but really it's going to help you. It's going to help your family, your kids. So this is a really good start. So thank you guys for what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's our pleasure, and we would just like to, it's all made possible through incredible support from DSAPID, which is our Division of Services for Aging and Adults with Physical Disabilities. They've been a huge supporter of this Ignite assessment, so we're incredibly grateful because we couldn't have brought it forward without them. And then United Way of Delaware is also our fiscal agent in this and a huge supporter.
All right, well, thank you so much. I know a lot of people are looking forward to Monday, and make sure you register so you can be part of this historic and monumental event that you guys are doing. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys. All right, guys, get ready. We all have a long way to go because we're all living till we're 100 now.
Right.
But right now, though, you can just relax. We have CoastLife coming your way.